Hey everybody, this is Heidi from the blog Hands Occupied with another beginner level knitting tutorial. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to do the stockinette stitch. If you look at this swatch in my hand, which is in stockinette, it might look a little familiar. Stockinette is probably the most famous stitch in knitting. If you go in your closet, find just a plain old vanilla cardigan or sweater and look at it up close. On the outside of your sweater, you'll see little V's like this, even if they're itsy bitsy teeny tiny. And on the inside, you'll find bumps like this. And that is stockinette stitch. A lot of machine knit garments are done in stockinette, like those vanilla sweaters that are probably in your closet. Because I know even as a knitter, I've got sweaters like that in my closet too. So to make the stockinette stitch, which you'll find a lot in knitting patterns, all you have to do is knit one row and then purl one row. And as you work, just keep an eye out on these V's forming the outside of your work. Keep that sweater in mind for reference if you need to or want to. And then on the wrong side of your work, you'll need these bumps. This is the first stitch in this series that I've been doing that the right side and wrong side are important. Other stitches like garter stitch, which is the first knitting stitch most people learn when they learn to knit, has a right side, has no wrong side. Both sides are interchangeable. But for stockinette, this is considered the right side or outside if you're thinking of that sweater, and this is considered the wrong side or the inside if you're thinking of that sweater. Let's get started. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 stitches cast on my non-dominant needle. P.S. I'm going to be demonstrating this right-handed. So we're going to simply knit across this first row, straight across. And since we're knitting the first row, we're establishing that in our stockinette stitch that this is going to be the right side row because it's the side being knitted. And 7 and 8. All right, then just like it before, we'll flip our work over like we'll flip the page of a book. And since the next row is going to be purled, we need to bring our working tail to the front toward us. All right, now we're going to purl across the second row and make sure not to knit from your tail because you'll run out of yarn pretty fast. So now we purl. Okay. Now, before we turn our work over, take a look. See how, just like in our swatch here, we've got bumps forming on this side. Now, if we flip the work over and the swatch over, you can see that you're starting to get V's on the other side, forming the right side or the outside of your stockinette. So let's do 2 more rows just to reinforce. So now that we're on the right side again, we'll knit, creating more of those V's for the right side or the outside of our work. And in knitting, they'll always refer to it as the right side and the wrong side, and not the outside and the inside. But since this is for beginners, I just wanted to give you a concept to latch onto as you're starting to understand the mechanics of how knit fabric is made. So we knit across, flip it over, bring the yarn to the front to purl, and then we will purl across. Purl. Keep on purling. And we're done with that row. So just to show you one last time, see all the bumps forming the wrong side that we purled on? And then flipping it over, you see all the V's that you knit on. This yarn is pretty good about not curling up, but one thing you'll notice with some yarns is that your work will start to curl up like that a little bit as you work stockinette stitch. Since this is a beginner tutorial on the stockinette stitch, I won't go over how strategies to combat that, but in a future video I will address that because it's a really common problem that people run into, and there are a few tricks that you'll want to learn to help alleviate that. But for now, this is the stockinette stitch. Let me know if you have any questions. Like the video if you liked it, leave a comment, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and thanks so much for watching.